It is a comeback story no one saw coming, including the man central to the story. For the first time, Dr. Steve Kiester is sharing his story.
You couldn't ask for anything more. This is just gorgeous here.
Steve Kiester is known for his optimism.
The other great thing about this room is the light. It's so open and airy, it just like shows off everything in here.
He's also known for his title, doctor.
And I was clubfoot when I was born, so I kind of grew up in the healthcare system, and I just saw what happened to me, the path I took, and the compassion of the surgeon who took care of me, and I got a great result, and I thought, oh my gosh, maybe I could someday do this.
And that's exactly what he did, attending the University of Chicago, becoming a foot and ankle surgeon. What made you decide surgery?
I like to do the incision. I like to close. It's focused, and I can see my results immediately after I'm done.
He liked the technical part, but he loved the social part.
I just love to get to know the patients. The more you got to know them, the better your result was. But it was the learning, the individualism, and then being able to execute it and see the results.
He operated on everything from gunshot wounds to hammer toes, and he noticed a common thread for his most successful cases.
A good surgeon, I think, starts out with really the listening. And, patients come in and you have to really listen.
But one day, amidst a thriving career at Allina, the professional listener stopped listening to his own body.
As you can see, Susan, it got terrible where it wasn't safe for me to do surgery anymore. I have a condition called a Dupuytren's contracture. It's a hereditary Northern European Scandinavian deformity. And a good friend of mine who was a hand surgeon, he helped me, he did injections to kind of prolong it. But finally he said to me, Steve, it's time. And I was like, oh, don't tell me that.
Was it ever frustrating too, of all things, my hands?
Yes, because that was it. That was like a pianist, a violinist, that's what it was. Mine was all with my hands, and I was great with my hands. But then I got to the point, sadly, where I couldn't even put surgical gloves on. And finally I came to a realization that I'm never going to be able to do this again. Because I would still be doing it today.
When you have a job that's a calling, that was also part of your identity and soul.
It was my identity, much more so than what I ever knew. I went through a year of depression, just feeling like lost. And my wife was great with the whole thing. She said, hey, you're not lost, it's just a little sidetrack here. I was trying to not really face it. I knew I was out of it, but instead of just wallowing in that proverbial mire, I thought, take action, take action.
He tried traveling, but he knew he had more learning and more listening to give.
But then I thought, what is it that I'm really missing? You know what I was really missing? The surgery, but the one-on-one contact of the people. That's what I was missing most.
So real estate?
Real estate, and the transition has been unbelievable.
And it's at this Lake Elmo home where he showed off his new skills. So this is completely new.
Completely new, 2024.
He's officially licensed and officially a Carriage Realty realtor.
That's why I'm so excited. It's like, oh my God, I found it. I feel like I'm back in my residency. I feel like I'm 27 years old again. It's the people, it's the one-on-one, it's the disclosure. That's what you do in surgery.
But he does now. His Dr. Kiester knows that healing can come in some surprising ways. What advice would you give people who are going through a tough time?
Yeah. Accept what it is. You can go ahead and stew about it and worry about it, but take that action. Take that action. Take the risk. Because my wife said, I haven't seen you happier in 10 years.
You're happy.
I'm happy. I'm happy again.
In Lake Elmo, with photojournalist Mike Durenberger, Susan Elizabeth Littleville, WCCO News.